like we've discussed, the offense has really kind of gotten over on the defense the last couple of days. After the first 4 days, you had the defense ahead of the offense catching up. That makes Jim Bob Cooter smile. Here's Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, you're going to have your moments in camp where you might miss a throw and go back and sort of fix something with your footwork or your timing or anything, just working with receivers. That's part of training camp as we get better. But those guys have done a markedly better job the last couple of days. Pads have come on, and that's important for quarterbacks too. They're not out there getting hit. We keep them from getting hit during practice, but throwing the ball in your shoulder pads is a key part of being a quarterback. A lot of people don't think about that a whole lot. So to be able to see those guys come out and play well with their pads on is encouraging. It's been a great competition, and those guys are sort of having fun out there playing ball. And the last couple of days have been really fun to watch.
Do you feel them stacking days, primarily Anthony, as it feels like more accurate down the field?
Yeah, we're all trying to stack days. I do feel them putting together back-to-back really, really nice days. We're striving for that consistency on offense as a whole. We want to stack days as a group, and I know individually all those guys do as well. And that's the challenge for all of us is, whether you have a good day or a bad day, you got to put your work in to prepare for the next day, and you got to show up and try to have that great day again. It's a little bit easier said than done. Sometimes human nature is you relax a little bit after a good day and you push a little harder after a bad day, and we're just striving to push to get better every single day. Those quarterbacks have done a nice job of that last couple of days, and we'll keep on them, so we keep trying to do that. We'll keep on ourselves too, so we keep putting together good days.
Is A.D. Mitchell one of those guys that you think you kind of expected to thrive in the past, but uses his body to outposition guys downfield and get to the ball?
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I mean, he's really physically talented, kind of uniquely physically talented. We're trying to give him the opportunity to do some different things in this camp and try him out. And he's made some really nice plays the last couple of days, some big plays, whether we're in a team compete type of drill where we're competing against the defense, or a sudden change, or we're just sort of working our daily 7-on-7, our daily team periods. We're trying to put AD in a bunch of different positions. He learns and he executes really, really well. We're working with all our offense to get better and better at consistently being that way. And he's been really, really explosive. Had a good explosive play out there today or two, or more. And looking for more of that. We're going to keep pushing him to find more of that.
Anthony talked about how he spent a lot of his training in the offseason working on shorter and intermediate throws. It's early, but have you noticed any changes or growth from him in that area?
Yeah, you can see the work that he's put in the offseason. Anthony's diligent about his offseason work habits, and he's, when you've been in the league a few years, you start figuring out areas to work on over your offseason, whether you're a quarterback working on different types of passes or different types of footwork, receivers catching different balls, running different routes. That's an important part of being a professional and playing at a really high level, because when these guys sort of leave us, they're on their own. They can work on whatever they want to work on. Sometimes they show back up and they're playing a little bit better. They're executing a little bit better. You can see that Anthony's sort of off-season work is paying off. He's got to keep going. We got to keep working on it. We got to keep pushing to get better. But we're always encouraged when a guy goes out and puts work in and shows up and plays a little bit better because of it.
Do you feel like you see differences in his footwork, or kind of is there something that's standing out a little bit with you?
Well, I think his comfort level within the offense is rising and rising and rising. Every year, every rep, every game week or off-season phase or any of that stuff, he's getting more and more and more comfortable. That allows you to play a little bit faster at quarterback, which can let your feet play better, let your feet time up better. And then the nuts and bolts of the thing is just the off-season sort of work he's putting in to make his throws, to work his footwork, to work his upper body. All that stuff is, it's an ongoing sort of push at the quarterback position to be, accurate really, really consistently and be able to throw a bunch of different balls. And this game is really, really competitive. As soon as we find some play we really like, quarterback gets honed up with his timing and his footwork, that defense figures out a way to fix it. So we're always sort of dodging and weaving with them. There's going to be new passes, new footworks, new throws we got to work, and the quarterbacks have to keep working on all that stuff, and Anthony's doing a nice job right now.
How much of an effect on his accuracy does the footwork have?
I think footwork is key. Yeah, I think footwork is key. When your feet are right, your timing's right, you're in rhythm, the ball comes out a little bit more rhythmically, I guess. The feet lead the whole thing. So when your feet are off, you might be ready to throw when the receiver's not ready, and now your body weight's a little bit one direction or another. You don't quite throw the ball as well as you should. And sometimes when you miss a throw, we all grow up. I grew up playing baseball and football. Unless I missed a throw, I just missed a throw, right? I wasn't good enough. But these guys at this level are so good. It's not a lot of times their upper body missing. It's just that their feet, their timing, everything working together to rhythmically deliver a nice ball against that defense that is putting that tight coverage out there.
You guys are putting a big contract extension. What does he bring to this offensive line?
Yeah, excited for him. He's been really, really great for us for a couple years. The way he goes about his business and works to improve, it's a great. He's done such a nice job of representing himself, representing sort of what we want this program to be. Guys working hard to get better. He goes out there, he plays as hard as he can every week. He studies his opponents. He works to sort of execute his job in that week. He's a great teammate for his fellow offensive linemen and fellow offensive teammates and everybody. We're really, really happy for Bernie. Really big part of what we do around here.
You guys are putting Tyler all over the place. Is that unusual for a rookie that you can trust him with so many roles?
It is a little more unusual. The tight end position is pretty mentally taxing. We ask a lot of our tight ends. Tyler is uniquely talented to handle a lot of that. Now, we're putting a lot on his plate. And sometimes you push them a little bit beyond their threshold to try to ask a little bit more and more and more each day of them. He's done a really nice job studying his role each day, being able to go out there and execute. I think he's going to be a very versatile piece for us. We're going to try a bunch of different stuff with him, give him a bunch of shots at a bunch of different aspects of playing offensive football. I think he's going to do a bunch of it really, really well. But it's a learning stretch right now. Nice hot training camp day in pads. You make a few mistakes along the way. We clean them up and we go. We're excited about his future.
Interesting to hear Jim Bob talk about A.D. Mitchell. Interesting to hear him talk about Tyler Warren. The thing about Tyler Warren is he's all over the place. Like, he's lining up wide. He's in a traditional inline position as a tight end. He's going H-back. He's all over the place. I think that for a rookie to be able to get that done mentally, go out and perform like that's his job. I know that's what he did at Penn State, but I think that's damn impressive.